the weather's been pretty atrocious around here recently, and not very inspirational for making videos, but hopefully today makes up for some of that. I've brought you here around the back of the garage. That's our water tank. Under there is where our septic system lives. It's all trampled because we've had the stock in here, as you can tell by their remains, and they've been clearing out all the vegetation for us. Which is handy because this is going to become, well, the plan is that this is going to become our new chicken area. Here come the sheep. Here comes the sausage. The fence has begun to go up. Oh, that's better. You can see the fence along there. It goes down to the wooden fence over there. You can't see it, obscured by the tank, but so it runs down there. So quite a nice large area for the chickens. And I've been busy because the cows have discovered that this netting is not exactly cow proof. You can see the head size holes where they've been jamming their little faces through the net to munch on these. Hey Curly! No, come on now. No, no. I'm digging these up so you can't eat them anymore, you naughty cow. You naughty cow. Hey. These things have loads of pretty flowers. In fact, check this out. Ow, I just hit my head on a grapefruit. Some beautiful ones coming up now. Yeah, it's better. So pretty. Anyway, pretty flowers all up here. So I've been working on replanting them. Dug out a whole bunch from this area here, where the cows have been munching them, down to stubs. You can see the difference here between what they can reach and what they couldn't. They've been pigging out on it, man. Look at that. Thankfully it didn't make them sick. I don't even know what these plants are exactly, but delicious to cows is what it would seem. Well, Curly the window licker. I thought Hungus was the window licker among you all. Yeah, so I dug those out and yesterday spent quite a bit of time moving them to where I'll show you. It's the last of our tomatoes. Yum. This is where they've all been planted, all the ones that I ripped out anyway. A few in the back there. And there's the clivias that I replanted at an earlier date. And a bunch of new ones. I think these ones here have the pink flowers. And the patch that I moved earlier is nicely established. That was from a year and a half ago. And there's another clump that the cows got into. It's quite obvious, isn't it? Munched by heifers. Looking pretty ugly at the moment, but it'll spring back to life. And this one was looking similarly ugly and is looking pretty good now. So the idea is that all of that is going to be nicely covered with undergrowth with pretty flowers. And it occurred to me this morning that maybe along the front here I'll pop a bunch of the bulbs that they're awesome bulbs. They look like little snakes coming up out of the ground, and then they've got like mini red hot pokers on them when they flower. These things with their little black spotted leaves. I think I might pop those along the front there. It's a nice little pop of colour. A little wintertime surprise. We've just had a stock agent come and visit us because we've had slow lamb growth this year and weren't able to send too many off to the works. Only 13 in fact, it's embarrassing to say. So this year, for the first time, we're going to send some lambs off to store. And basically what that means is that we've run out of grass, we can't feed them over winter, but some farmers have a lot of grass and they just want to buy some lambs and fatten them up over winter, make use of their grass, sell them off, make a bit of profit. So it's a mutually beneficial scenario. The reason we don't do that on the regular is because it pays a little bit less than sending the lambs off to the works. But in this case, at least, it means we're going to get enough to cover all the medications and treatments we need for the lambs for next year, and free up the grass for winter for our ewes who are in lamb. Those are the ewes and our 3 heifers out there in what we call our walnut paddock, and that paddock and this paddock are our best paddocks for lambing. So we're going to take all the animals off these 2 paddocks and start growing the grass again, and then just circulate the ewes and the cows on all of our other paddocks until they lamb. These little lambs in here with the red marks on their bums, these are the 13 who are staying with us. So we've got this little guy and his sister over, I think it's her in the back there. Those are our late born ones, the ones that popped out in December after we'd weaned everything else. So they're a little smaller than the rest. And a few, like this big fella here is going to go in the freezer soon. And little runty here, we're going to send her off to the great paddock in the sky, because she's just not going to put on any weight. She'll get to meet her maker soon, return to the oneness that we're all connected to. And then down the back we have the remaining 35. And this is the crew who hopefully will be sold to some farmer somewhere with some paddock full of grass. Hey little sheeps, come on everybody, look at the camera, say meh. Good sheep. Yeah, so cute. Well, I hope some farmer's nice and happy with you all, hey? Alright, and just before I let them all back out, they're all going to mix up again, which is why we've marked the ones that are staying. But I want to show you something quickly before I let them all out. This one here, you can see it's got a hole in its side. I'll just zoom into it. It had a cyst. It popped the other day while I was dagging before the lambs went off to market, and so I cleared it off and covered it with iodine. And this is so I'm gonna I've got some gloves. I'm gonna grab the iodine and treat it again. That one's gonna go in the freezer soon. That'll take care of that problem, but for now we want it to be as healthy as possible. And oh yeah, this one here with the black spot on its neck, come on, turn around little sheep. Yeah, I'm gonna have another go at tanning a hide, and hopefully get that little black spot. And something else that Buddha's been working on is our new loading yard. So he built this to the precise specs required to load cows, but then we decided, well, there's a dairy farm over the road and they've got proper cow loadout ramps and everything, so we'll probably just use those, and he's going to make it more narrow so that it's better for the sheep. And then that gate there, I think he's going to rehinge it so that hinges from here, goes to that corner and then this post, so they can either go out to the yard I'm standing in or down the race onto the truck. That's the kill shed, and let's have a walk down the race and see how it goes. The thing that's better about this race than the last race is the wooden panels mean the sheep don't see out of it quite so easily, and so they don't seem to panic as much as when we just had the wire here. like this. You see, it's easier for them to see and want to get out. But then they come here and then up the ramp into the truck, which just usually just backs straight down the driveway. Yes, so it seems like a really simple thing, but it is a game changer for us. It makes it so much easier. Loading the 13 onto the truck for the works was just, I can't even describe how much easier than what we were fucking around with before. And it, you know, it takes a long time to save up for these things. Wood ain't cheap, but it's really cool. The new addition to the farmlet. Yeah. Fancy. Oh, this is about as awkward as it gets. Trying to film this for you. Let's see if you can see what I'm up to. Hang on. Just try and hold that there. Oh, poor little sheep. I know, it's crusty. The other day it was it was just pussy. It's looking pretty damn healthy. But it definitely needs the iodine, so I'll just pause this. And this is all there is to it. Oh, I know, that must hurt, little sheep. I know, I'm sorry. It's good for you. One more squirt. Okay. Oh, yep, smells like iodine. Hopefully that sorts it out. Second treatment of iodine. First one seemed to do quite a good job. The word is they look like a nice flock, they look happy and healthy, and yeah, hopefully someone wants them. Someone's bound to want them, how could they not? Hey. As far as the rest of the garden's concerned, not a hell of a lot going on. Bright sunny day. This avocado tree needs the proper frost netting on it. Would have put that netting up while I was away. I tried covering the capsicums, but they pretty much, I think I got to them too late. It had already been a bit frosty while I was away and heavy rain. So most of them are dead, which is a real shame. They took so long to germinate and so long to grow. But pretty much all that's left in the garden is rows and rows of cabbages. These are all self-seeded from a couple of cabbages that I let go to seed last year. And I've planted them out. You won't be able to see them all, but there's, I don't know, there's probably like 50 cabbages. Don't even like cabbage that much, but well, I couldn't just let them die, could I? This is an old broccoli that I've let go to seed. Save some broccoli seeds because I'd rather have 50 broccoli plants than 50 cabbages, but I'll take what I can get. This one is a really big cabbage from last year, and I read somewhere that if you pick the main cabbage and leave the plant, it'll grow new cabbages, which is what this plant started to do, and then it got infested with all the white caterpillar bits and pieces. But it's gotten cold enough that all the caterpillars have died now, and it seems to have a bunch of these little heads on it. So yeah, hoping for the best. We'll see what happens. I'm not convinced that it's been worth leaving it there, but I mean, if we get like, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8, if we get 7 or 8 decent cabbages off it, then maybe it is worth it. This one's ready to pick, that one's ready to pick, although I've just noticed a big hole in it. May or may not be good. Not that I'd say it matters given the amount of cabbage in the garden. There's beetroot, self-seeded. We ate one the other day, it was really good. Some spring onions that never sprung. Parsley's looking good. Herbs are dying off. I'm going to take the tub of chives out and probably replace it with coriander next year. Got a few leeks here that are doing good. I grew them way too close together. I was right that the foliages are right that close together, but the roots are abundant and intertwined, and so it's hard to get one out at a time, so that's the mistake there. There's a few carrots in the ground. I've pulled out most of the decent sized ones. I don't think we'll get much size on them going forward. And here we've got some more cabbage seedlings sprouting up all along here. I think there's 3 rows of them. Oh look, toadstools. Pretty. More leeks over there. There's some passion fruit plants and some snow peas. More passion fruit. More parsley. Move my shadow. Yeah, so not a lot going on in the garden at the moment, but that's winter for you. Oh, there is one more thing going on actually. One last thing to have a look at. It's yam season. Here's my potato bucket of death. These are all the ones that are too small to be any good for anyone, for anything. And I've started digging out the yams. We just dig them out as we need them. I'll probably only get a month worth of yams or so, but it's all good. And the last thing I want to show you is this carnation that I managed to grow from seed, and it's gone to flower. It's so pretty. My carnation. Oh, while we're at it, one of my 2 little seedlings survived from the pine nut tree. It's looking healthy. The other one just keeled up, the root didn't make it.
I can't think.